Empathy binds us together. But how did this trait evolve, and why does it matter today? Long before written language, before civilizations rose and fell, humans were sculpted by forces invisible yet profound. Our ancestors survived not through brute strength alone, but through connection, through the delicate art of sensing another's pain, fear, or joy. Empathy, it seems, is older than culture itself. From the first flicker of awareness in primate eyes, mirror neurons began their quiet work, reflecting not just motion, but emotion. When one chimpanzee cries, another flinches, not merely in mimicry, but in shared understanding. This is the ancestral whisper of what would become human empathy, the neural architecture that allows us to feel each other's reality. Evolution did not favor isolation. Those who could sense, respond, and nurture thrived. Communities formed around care, cooperation, and subtle emotional intelligence, long before kingdoms and laws codified morality. Yet empathy is no static trait. It is a living, dynamic force, shaped by the pressures of survival and the rhythm of human history. In hunter-gatherer bands, sharing food, comforting the sick, defending the weak, were not moral obligations, they were strategies of survival. Empathy was currency, a force that bound the group, strengthened bonds, and increased the odds of survival against the relentless cruelty of nature. With the rise of agriculture, cities, and empires, empathy faced new tests. Larger, more impersonal societies required abstract compassion, the ability to extend care beyond immediate kin, across invisible networks of strangers. Civilization demanded empathy scaled, codified, and educated. Modern neuroscience reveals that our capacity for empathy is both delicate and astonishing. Functional MRI scans illuminate the brain's echoing responses to others' suffering, mapping the highways of compassion across the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, and the insula. Hormones like oxytocin modulate trust, bonding, and altruism, confirming that our most profound connections are grounded in biology as much as culture. Empathy is neither weakness nor sentimentality. It is a survival tool, a bridge between isolation and society, between self-interest and collective well-being. Yet in the 21st century, empathy faces paradoxical challenges. Digital screens compress reality into pixels, emotions into emojis, and news feeds into curated narratives. We feel distant from suffering until it flashes briefly on our devices, then vanishes into the ether. In an age of constant distraction, the evolutionary gift that once protected us now requires conscious cultivation. Education, storytelling, art, and shared experience become essential practices, training minds and hearts to listen, to feel, to act. Jeremy Rifkin calls it the empathic civilization, a world where human survival, social justice, and ecological stewardship are inextricably linked to our capacity for empathy. The moral imperative is clear. Empathy is not merely a soft skill, it is a keystone of ethical society. To cultivate empathy is to resist apathy, to embrace moral responsibility, to recognize the unseen threads that connect every life. It teaches patience in dialogue, humility in judgment, and courage in action. It transforms competition into collaboration, strangers into neighbors, and fleeting moments of kindness into enduring cultural currents. Imagine a world where empathy is prioritized not as optional, but as essential, where the measure of progress is not only economic, but human, where policy, technology, and art harmonize with the innate human drive to understand and care for one another. This is not idealistic dreaming. It is the continuation of a biological and cultural story, millions of years in the making. In the end, empathy reminds us that life is relational, that our joys, sorrows, and choices resonate far beyond our own bodies, that the true measure of civilization is how deeply it honors the invisible bonds connecting us all. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, nurturing empathy may well be the key to survival, wisdom, and a life worth living. If this resonated, take a moment to reflect, share this journey, and subscribe for more explorations of the forces shaping who we are and who we might yet become.